ready, and wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. We are, in fact, now live. So, hello, everyone, and welcome to the Slam Jam Championship Wrestling Show here on the Extreme Improv, Extremed, and Slam Jam channels. And today is our Royal Rumble special. Now, it's like I'm on that old commercial with CM Punk being the devil. And the only reason I'm like this is because I tried to set it up for a different show a couple of days ago. And it's still like this. I didn't realize. Dave, how are you?
I'm okay. I don't have people reaching out and grabbing for me, but my cat Harry was here a moment ago, but sadly he has been eliminated from the show.
Well, yeah, today is Royal. Yeah, today is the Royal Rumble preview edition. So this will be interesting. Yeah, we're missing the end of SmackDown to do it. I'll be honest, I missed most of SmackDown anyway.
I've missed all of SmackDown today. I don't know what's going on.
I've seen a couple of things online, and that's it. But yeah, the Royal Rumble.
I've seen them introducing Axiom and Nathan Frazier with a graphic that says Bron Breakker entrant number 1. So let's see if that pans out.
Yeah, how can they make such a terrible mistake as that?
Idiots.
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. So I guess the prediction of who will be entering number 1 has been answered.
Yeah.
Unless it's a Swerve.
I don't think it's going to be Swerve. He's in a different company. But...
Oh, that's true. Yeah, my bad.
No.
But it's going to be interesting. I feel more perplexed and confused at what's going to happen at this Royal Rumble than perhaps any previous one. Because I don't know that I've got a candidate for the winner. I don't know what I think the main event of WrestleMania is likely to be at this stage. I have no idea.
No, it's a bit... I think we said on the show the other week that there seems to have been some reports that the direction completely changed when they decided to put the belt on Drew, and on that side of things, it's completely different with everything on that side. And on the other side, I think Bron Breakker's been like one of the favorites for a while now, but why they would give that match away on Raw, I'm not really sure why they'd do that. That was going to be the main event plan. So yeah, in many ways it's quite good though. It's nice to have a Rumble where the winner is not blindingly obvious. So
well, yeah. But like last year, to be fair, like Cena seemed more likely, and then they gave it to Uso.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see men's, women's Royal Rumble. Let's open these tabs just so we can see an updated list. Although SmackDown that's happening right now may update this again. For who's in it. There's only 4 matches, so obviously the 2 Rumbles are going to last an hour each. And then we've got AJ and Gunther, potentially AJ's last match in WWE or whatever overall. And then Sammy and Drew. Now it feels to me like Drew was absolutely given the world title just so he can drop it to Sammy now.
No, I think it was given the world title just so they could do this match in Saudi. Result not pending. I don't think Sammy's winning it.
You think Sammy's going to lose in Saudi, even though like the whole thing, even though they didn't allow him out there for years, he's now sort of seen as the big attraction out there.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like it's not in the history books that the WWE have had the hometown person or home country person lose in their hometown or home country. So it's not even like a case of being in a home country either. So it's just like
but Saudi's a little bit different. Like clearly they want to keep them happy and give them greatest Royal Rumbles and Mansoor winning battle royals, and they'll take out every big star over there for huge paycheck checks. Shawn Michaels came out of retirement for Saudi.
Yeah, Drew's winning. Sorry.
I think Sam is winning the belt.
Yeah, I don't think so. I can't see it as a long-term plan. Where do they go? Is that just a short-term thing? He just drops it back to Drew on SmackDown next week.
I mean, that's not impossible either, because then they could do Sammy Mania next year, WrestleMania.
Yeah, how many times can they go with that? It'd be a nice surprise, but I don't think it's going to happen. I mean, it's interesting you mentioned Greatest Royal Rumble. Like I said in the group chat, I've been watching bits for some reason. Decided it came up on the WWE Vault channel, I think. So I watched a bit of the Saudi Rumble. I read up a bit about the event again because I couldn't quite remember the whole event. And you say like there's only there's only 4 matches on this one, and that the Greatest Royal Rumble, it was 10 matches, 10,
Oh my god!
including
And how
the
many
biggest
people were
Royal
in that
Rumble.
Royal Rumble? Was it
Hmm?
50? Was it
There's
50
a
people?
50-man battle royal. They had a casket match. They had 2 world title matches. They had a ladder match. They had a cruiserweight title match. And no women in that one because of times.
Yeah.
But yeah, they had all that happened, yeah, it was. And I think I said in the group chat, if you go back, it is like another universe. There's so many people in that Rumble match that are now in AEW, or just people who you just forgot existed at the time. You know,
Wow.
and people you just. I was thinking about this because the whole like factor of being a 50-man Rumble and the amount of people to make a 10-match card, the amount of wrestlers had to be under contract even then, and now it's like as big, if not bigger, the amount of people on the roster.
Yeah.
You had the Rumbles in the past, like the 90s and 80s and things like that. You only had a certain amount of like superstar talent, superstar names. So you were able to comfortably fill up a Royal Rumble with names that were regularly featured on TV. Whereas in this, like I say, in this one, you had a roster that was so big, they're throwing in people in this particular Saudi one with random names from NXT or people who hadn't even debuted yet. Some bloke called Dan Mather turned up. I barely remembered him. I was like, who? And they
Yeah,
brought
exactly.
in Hiroki Soki or something like that, who was like the Timu Yokozuna they brought in to appease the Saudis.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, just
So yeah.
I'll take this moment. Gav, hello.
Yeah,
How are you doing?
How you guys doing? You good?
Yeah, good.
Yeah,
Thank you. How are
good.
you?
I'm having some issues today, as you can see.
Yes. David's in hell.
Yeah. I've just learned how to switch the bit off so I can move a little bit more freely. I'll see if I can actually switch my face back to less fiery pits of Caneville.
It's a little bit like a reverse Malachi Black, isn't it? Where like you had the eye, like the thing with the eye, and then slowly it was morphing, getting bigger and bigger and bigger. You're going the other way around now.
Okay. Now, yeah. So let's have a look here. So I've got here the current announced, unless there's been more on SmackDown, because I'm guessing even though we can see SmackDown in America, they won't see it for hours or what have you. So let's just bring up a screen share, and we'll start with the Women's Royal Rumble. They've already, well, I say already, the show's tomorrow. They've announced quite a lot. Oh my god, my tabs are moving.
Good old days when they actually announced all the competitors before, like weeks before.
Yeah. But no, I want there to be some surprises. Okay, so we see here. Okay, does the order they write them in indicate anything? So Rhea Ripley listed at the top, or was she the first to announce? So Rhea, Io, Bailey, Lyra, Liv, Roxanne, Raquel, Oscar, Jordan Grace, Becky Lynch, who this week announced that she hates the name Lynch, which was interesting if you kept caught that. Chelsea, Charlotte, Alexa, Jax, Lash Legend, Julia, and Maxine Dupri. How many is that? That's
17.
Yeah, 17. So 13 unannounced. Who are you picking to win from any of this?
I think maybe Liv.
Could be.
I think maybe Liv. I think she's possibly earned it. I think just in terms of her being one of like a few people that have been in every one of them, and she's come close before. She's done like a few marathon times in there, marathon sort of like sessions in there in terms of time and things. They could go that way for Mania. Her and Stephanie maybe.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm so baffled on this year's Royal Rumble for a lot of the results. I almost feel like they could go back to Rhea Ripley because she hasn't really to be, when was she world champion and she had to relinquish it, and that was a long time ago now. So just in terms of WrestleMania season, they might. She's obviously the biggest star they've got on this list.
This is unfortunately indicative of how much the angles and things impact our brains. It was only last year she was champion.
I was just about to say, yeah.
Yeah, but the beginning of when last year? When?
The beginning of last year, Raw. She beat
beginning
Liv
of last
title
year.
and then lost it to Rio.
Yeah, just before WrestleMania.
Well, exactly. So that's I think that's justifiably a long time ago.
I'm not ready for it.
Okay. Anyone from this? Who do we expect to be in it that's not announced here? Probably.
There's a big theory.
NXT.
There's a big theory that Bianca could be returning.
Mm.
Bianca and she wins and goes on to face Jade.
Yeah, I think that's a good theory.
Austin?
Possible. Who? Sorry.
You just said theory, so I just said Austin. I was
Austin. Theory,
yeah. Austin Theory's gonna run in and do a Santina.
I was gonna go for Bianca as well. Trying to think who else would be actually in there. Nikki Bella, is she up in there?
No, I didn't think she's on this list.
She was pictured in the back of someone's photo put up on Instagram or something at an airport recently. I think Jackie Redmond or something like that. So I read somewhere that she was seen in the back around the airport, so she probably is in it. I would have thought she'd be in it.
You know, Michelle
Has Bliss ever won a Royal Rumble?
Who?
Sorry?
Has Bliss ever won a Royal Rumble?
No.
Okay, I can see them doing something with Charlotte and Alexa starting and going the distance.
Okay.
And potentially like a last two kind of thing.
Where's Kyrie?
Not on the list, but it's
not on the list. I'll keep checking throughout the show just to see what anything that they've announced on SmackDown, which is still happening, guys. Still,
if Asuka's in it, then Kyrie's probably going to be in it.
Yeah,
I'd have thought so.
Okay, I'll see if there's any breaking news or whatever. But other than that, let's go before we get to the men's Royal Rumble, and we can circle back to that if there's any particular announcements or anything. So AJ Gunther. So was this a tease? Is anything in wrestling real, even on wrestling social media, where Shinsuke and AJ wrestled, and then there was a post go up on his Instagram, Shinsuke's, where he was like, he's going to be retiring at the Rumble. Like, why would he do that? Is this just a tease?
I think it was actually put out there about a year ago anyway. Because I'm pretty sure I've got a photo from about this time last year of it saying that AJ's contract ends in February. So
yeah, but he could get when he was wrestling Cena, they announced that he was going to be retiring in this year.
Yeah,
and so he wrestled Punk, he wrestled Shinsuke, and then it's just like Gunther and he's done. It's like, wow, he was a few weeks ago, he was a tag team champion. And I just feel like there's a load of matches and dream things that they could have played into.
There's something that really strikes me on Raw when AJ was talking.
Yeah.
He was there saying about his WWE career. He didn't say his wrestling career. So is he going to go to Japan? Is he going to go to the other brands?
TNA. It will probably be TNA because they had him on the first TNA Impact of AMC era, and he had a face-to-face with I think with Kazarian, but then Kazarian dropped the belt anyway. So it could be that he winds up in TNA for a while. But I think the only way you get this to happen is if there's some sort of dodgy finish so that AJ has a way back. Because if you're AJ Styles and you've had more matches in WWE than you ever did in TNA, even if you're seen as Mr. TNA, unless they've offered some crazy money, which they can't do compared to WWE, what would be his incentive to say, yeah, I'm going to finish my career on the D show, basically?
What you're saying? What, the Rumble or the TNA?
No, TNA. Like
Oh,
you know,
okay.
if Raw and SmackDown are the A and B shows, however, NXT, you know, however you put it, it's like TNA in terms of the pecking order. It's just like talk about
just that.
ending your career on a whimper.
But I think it might be a different way of looking at it because he started his career in TNA. So I know it's a different TNA, but it's kind of like a closed book if he did do that. So,
well,
Yeah.
I think he may have even wrestled in Ring of Honor before TNA. So who knows? You know, he could get your Ring of Honor weekly subscriptions going, guys, because the phenomenal one may be showing up.
Well, he's not sorry about AEW, is he? Have you seen that clip of him like at a WWE show where someone asked him to sign an AEW belt?
Yeah.
He goes,
Yeah. Well, who knows? Who knows? It'd be interesting to see, even if he was like, if he went to AEW, I can't imagine that he'd be retiring this year. That would just be a strange choice. Like I'd see it because he could say he's going back to New Japan, which again I don't think he'd probably want to do. Right? I don't, or he might want to for like a couple of shots, but I don't think he'd want to for like a year-long contract or anything.
How old is he?
I think. How old is he? He's like ancient. He's like my age. I don't know. He might be a bit older than me. I don't know how old he is. AJ Styles. AJ Styles.
I think
He can't be that old.
Yeah. He's probably the same age as me, I think.
All right, okay.
He's 56.
He's not 56.
I'm joking, Dave. I'm joking. Right, he's 48.
I mean, look 56, but I'm before my time.
Dave, the way you absolutely no-sold that, though, that was what made that.
What happens when you get gags in this show sometimes.
And
some in the chat group.
Yeah. He's 48. He's 48. June 2nd, which is my birthday. Right.
Wait. What's sorry?
Not you two. Sorry.
Right. June 2nd, which is my birthday. 48, which is so is he the same age as you?
I'm just shy of him.
Just shy of him. Yeah. I don't know. Like,
you guys.
But I tell you what, like I don't think he should lose at the Rumble. It doesn't. There's a risk that WWE gets into patterns, and there's obviously the big pattern they got into with Ric Flair's retirement, to Shawn Michaels' retirement, to wrestling Triple H and The Undertaker year after year, and it's this whole pattern of things year after year after year, where they were just like, oh, stay down, and give up, whatever. And now they're getting into a pattern of Gunther retires people, which I just feel like not every wrestler wants to have their retirement match against Gunther. And it makes each one perhaps mean less. Because
it could have been against Baron Corbin.
Well, that would be a lot worse. Yeah. That would be there's worse people than Gunther to retire against. But I just feel like if just everyone has their retirement match against Gunther, even as AJ is like perhaps the third one in this chain, I'd just be like, well, him retiring me isn't going to mean as much as him retiring John Cena a couple of weeks ago. It's just like, you're gone, Dave.
I was like, I think this is different with this one because this is the first time that someone's career is on the line in the match. The last two, they were having their last matches. It was pretty much known. With Cena, Goldberg, it was pretty much certain. Now, this one, the stipulation is if AJ loses, it's over. And the dynamic's slightly different there.
Yeah, true. With Goldberg, they did give the tease of because it was a world title match. It's like, well, what if you win? It's like, oh, wouldn't that be interesting?
Yeah.
And then when he lost, he was just like, yeah, I don't know if that was my last match because he didn't like it. But I'm pretty sure that will be Goldberg's last match.
I think Gunther will still win it. I think that there's, like you say, there's still like a bit of of something there for AJ to then go on to other bits and pieces if he does choose to, or he might just honor the fact that he went out against in a big way, and he doesn't need to do all that stuff. He always said that this year was going to be it. Maybe one of the ideas was, maybe I could tease a full year, but my contract's up in February. let's end it at the Rumble because that's where I started 10 years ago. That's where I can end it.
Yeah.
And the other thing is SummerSlam. It's in Minnesota. What does that mean?
Or Brock.
Yeah.
Of course. Yes.
I don't think Brock's retiring this year. Like, if next year's WrestleMania is in Saudi, there's just so much money to be had.
But does he need any more? Everyone does, but
well, yeah, this is true. This is true. Yeah. Like, do any of these guys need to do this? Like, AJ probably can look back on his career and say, well, I could wrestle another 6 months or another year, but I actually just don't need to.
No.
We sort of, but you just only vaguely mentioned it about the match with Shinsuke from Saturday Night's Main Event. Overall, Saturday Night's Main Event, sorry, to slightly change subject, but over Saturday Night's Main Event, that's the best edition of that show that's been since it came back. 100%, because every match just was nailed on. Everything just got its point. And I'll just say this: if we could have had that Shinsuke Nakamura for the last 10 years, where the hell's that guy been? Obviously, he just saves those sort of performances for matches against people he obviously respects, and like AJ Styles, that bring the best out in him as well.
Yeah,
it's like, where have you been, Shin, for the last however long? It's been...
Why didn't he bring out that match when they main evented WrestleMania?
Exactly. Yeah.
And yeah, it's just crazy. Like, we had it on a group chat where we shared like that. That AI image or whatever composited images of the Royal Rumble winners. And the thing I commented on was that Shinsuke is the only person since Lex Luger to have won a Royal Rumble and never been a world champion in WWE.
Yeah.
So from 1994, he's the only one to have won that that match, the Royal Rumble match, and not gone on to be a world champion. Now, not everyone's won their WrestleMania match. Most have. But I just feel like if they'd made, like, you can always crack out Nakamura at any point as a challenger for a world title, but if they don't ever give him a world title, I think 5 years ago they needed to give him a world title just to make so that when they bring him out for the main events, you actually think that there's a chance he'll win. Because there's some of them where it just doesn't feel like that. Finn Balor is another one nowadays. Yeah. You know, he was not going to be beating Punk, and I don't even quite know what's going on with him at the moment.
I was really hoping that he's going to beat Punk. I really wanted him to, just to change it up a little bit and to actually put him back out on top again.
If he'd won that match, though, I'd been like, transitional champ alert.
Well, there's that, but I just wanted a different.
Wasn't it a bit of a damn squib though to have just like teased this face turn for a little while, then just have him be a heel again and just like do the boring beat down of Punk? It's like, where's this one going to go? Is this going to be? It's not going to be a match at the Rumble because they've Punk's not at the Rumble. I mean, I'm assuming he's over there, but he's not actually got a match. And unless they're going to suddenly put that into the Rumble event as a last minute addition, I don't really see the point of why they did that on that particular show. They could have, I guess they were like just looking for an out for the Punk AJ match, I guess. But
unless it's going to be in the Elimination Chamber, maybe. But it's been done.
No, it's weird because we'll obviously talk about it when we talk about the Men's Rumble, but it depends on obviously who wins that, and then see who then goes to win Chamber. Because when last year we talked about it, obviously with the surprise of Jey Uso winning it, then we sort of were nailed onto the idea that Cena was going to win Chamber. So, but at the moment, I don't have a clue who's going to win either Rumble or Chamber at the moment, and I don't see where it's going to go. It's good in a way. I was saying before you came on, Gav, that it's good in a way that we haven't got a blatantly obvious Rumble winner this year. And even last year, much as it turned out to be a bit of a wrong move in the end, it was still quite nice surprise last year when Jey Uso won it, because it was a different winner. It wasn't someone that everyone was expecting.
Yeah.
Now, similar to when Drew won it a few years ago, no one was really expecting Drew to win it. But it was a nice surprise.
Yeah, one thing I feel fairly certain of, even based on something from like what WWE have done today, they have shown off that the cover star for this year's WWE 2K is CM Punk.
Yeah.
And CM Punk, WrestleMania, the fact that they had the whole Vegas, and everyone sat around the table, and there's Punk, and there's Heyman, there's Triple H, etc., etc. These people, Brock. It feels like Punk is already in place as world champion. I think Punk is, I think, the most certain of someone going into WrestleMania as world champion, because, like you say, he's not wrestling at the Rumble. There's no one that he's potentially losing it to prominently. So unless he's losing it at Elimination Chamber, then what do you do with Punk at WrestleMania? So I think Punk is definitely defending at WrestleMania, but I think whoever he's going against at WrestleMania, Punk is probably dropping it.
I think they teased it a little bit. Cody?
Punk and Cody?
Yeah, Punk Cody. Go fucking do
Yeah.
it. Jeez. Why are they
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
that way?
Oh, Cody shouldn't win the Rumble, though.
No way.
It's just you can get to that story some other way, and Cody and someone else can have the positivity of, oh, they won a Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Should we have a little look at what?
Let's have a look at the
Rumble is?
men's Rumble.
Talk about
I was going to say, I've got my pick already for the men's.
Go for it.
And it's just to shake it up. I think I put it in the group chat already. Oba. I want Oba Femi.
Oh
to
yeah,
win. Yeah.
that would be a massive shake up.
Change everything. Yeah.
Okay, is he going to get the reaction out there in Saudi though?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Should do. Yeah.
Well, it just depends how much they're into their NXT basically, because their mentality out there has been like we've joked in the past. They've probably been like, didn't they legitimately request Yokozuna or something like this, that they had so
Yeah,
That's what I was talking about earlier. Yeah.
exactly.
Warrior. Yeah.
Yeah, well, let's have Ultimate Warrior and Hogan
I
again.
think they're more clued up now.
Well, yeah,
But
fair.
I was going to say, all you need to do is book him, even if he comes out to crickets down that ramp. Once you book him actually in the Rumble to make him look really good, as they will anyway, he'll get the reactions anyway. So, because he's got the aura.
I could see him doing those sort of like that bit where he eliminates loads of people.
Yeah,
in one fell swoop and things like that, and have him do a few spots in that respect. I don't necessarily see him winning, but it could tease something big for his WrestleMania. So you could have him and Brock squaring up.
Yeah,
and have him eliminate Brock.
Yeah,
this is a theory.
I mean, it's so interesting that
Gunther.
Is Gunther? Yeah, Gunther is listed in it. I read something earlier today where someone said that Gunther isn't in it. What was that about? Because he's listed here.
Because he's going to be facing AJ.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, I was actually looking at Busted Open yesterday, and it was when Nick Nemeth was there saying, apparently when he done a match, I can't remember who he was with, he done the match, I think it was for the IC title, and they put on a really great match, and he got the ovation and all that kind of stuff. He went into the Rumble afterwards and just went and lost everything. So he was there saying he reckons that if Gunther is put in that same position, don't let him get in the Rumble. And I kind of agree with that. Because he's going to take the aura away as well.
WWE always do that. And unfortunately, it isn't something that left with Vince's era. Yeah. Where it'll be that, especially in Royal Rumbles, someone will get a big elimination and then immediately get eliminated whilst the crowd is still popping for them.
Yeah.
And I hate when they do that. Like, someone will get rid of, like, someone. I wish I could think of a specific example. But even if you look back to Maven eliminating The Undertaker, I think Undertaker just went in and destroyed him. And it's like you could have let that wave ride because there wasn't going to be a big program between the two afterwards. But you could have let that positivity ride for the next 15 minutes.
Yeah.
But okay, so I feel in a similar way that Oba is a outsider chance. Is Austin Theory also an outsider chance?
Oh yeah, outside.
What do you have in the same odds?
Well, look, they brought him back. He was the man under the mask. You know, he's come in and it's like, well, what are they doing with him? He's just going to be the nothing of that faction unless they've got a plan that they brought him back with this timing going into the Royal Rumble.
Can't see him being the winner. I cannot see that.
Well, nor can I really hope that we don't, but I'm nervous always about Austin Theory because I don't rate him.
How do you think? What do you think?
Night.
Yeah,
What to win?
yeah, surprise entrance.
I've got a couple of outsiders that I think have got a chance. He's one of them.
Yeah,
I think LA Knight could. I think it's probably nailed on that LA Knight's returning in this match. I think that's pretty nailed on.
yeah.
And yeah, he could definitely be in there.
I
think
I see LA Knight as a Final Four participant.
Well, yeah, yeah.
Possibly, but I'm thinking about people who've actually definitely gone and signed up for it, are already in there and signed up and on there. I'm going to go with someone who's not on that list, but is in the Rumble, because I don't know why they've not put that on the list, because he is in there. They've already announced him. I think there's a possible chance that Jacob Fatu wins it.
Ooh,
Really?
Yeah, he's got the thing going with Drew and Cody. He's in that mix.
Oh, yeah, true. Actually, yeah.
He's up there in like the mix in terms of the SmackDown side of things, and I don't know. It's he had a good showing in last year's Rumble as well. He eliminated quite a few people, and I don't think he is going to win it, but I don't think it's outside the realms of possibility that he could be in there in that Final Four at the very least, and be in there with the mix with Cody, and possibly him and Cody maybe eliminate each other or something.
Yeah,
like
I think that's a good chance.
Story on maybe, but I think he'll be up there. I would love like an idea that maybe he was in there with the last couple of people. He might think he got eliminated. Drew comes out to try and distract Cody. Cody gets eliminated by somebody, but they don't realize that Fatu's still in it, and they get thrown out. So like Braun or something gets thrown out by Jacob. Then that sets up down the road Jacob versus Braun, which a lot of people want to see as well.
Yeah.
So
the only thing is, like, I look at this list and I'm just like, all right, WrestleMania, what's Roman going to do?
Oh, Roman's another one, yeah. That's the thing.
It's tricky.
And it being Saudi, he'll get the biggest one of the biggest reactions.
Yeah. I'm not ready for Roman. Like Roman, like he's just kind of floating to me nowadays. It's like he doesn't have any sort of direction and purpose like he once did. You know, is there the outside chance that The Rock is working WrestleMania? Because they could circle back round to Roman versus Rock, or they might specifically be holding that for next year.
It's if they're gonna do it, they probably will do it in Saudi, won't they? Because I've got the mad money for it.
Yeah, actually, just looking at this list again, you know, Dragon Lee. No, I'm joking. Right.
Dragon Lee is also in there.
Yeah, he is also in there.
Tell you what I want to see in the Rumble at some point, though. I want to see El Grande Americano get in there, and the next entrant comes out, Chad Gable.
I think that might happen this year.
Yeah,
I think that's going to happen this year. What, Chad?
Have you seen Chad recently?
Yeah, he looks insane at the moment. The only thing is, like, you see these photos when people are literally mid-pump, and then when they come out, they don't quite have that look anymore. And you'll be like, oh, yeah, he is Shorty G.
Hey, we're not talking about the big body on the new 2K26 game.
Oh, yes.
Coming out, or the hot relevant talent that's going to be on that cover.
You know what? Everything about look, and here's the official.
Oh, well done, Dave.
Right, there's the Punk one, right?
Yeah, that's the Punk one. I'm talking about the other one.
No, I know. But so they I don't even quite understand what all these editions are about. So there's the Punk edition.
He's on the deluxe. Triple H. It's the deluxe.
There's Triple H edition.
Yeah.
So, but then what's these other two that've got like the NWO on it?
Oh, that's
just the Awards edition, isn't there? Expansion
packs, yeah.
So they're just expansion packs. So you don't need to buy like, oh, on this one you can play as Hogan and Nash. This one is Triple H's storyline. But
not really that again.
Triple H on it, even Punk being on it, but the very fact that they've got this and then the other variant that's Attitude Era based, it shows that they've never really been able to have a era where the stars mean anything since the Attitude Era. That's what it means to me. They've never been able to quite get past the Attitude Era, and there's the other one.
Go back to this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they always have to go back to it. All the video games, everything. If they're going to make sales, they have to go back to Austin, Rock, Undertaker, Kane. Now, the thing that I find interesting about this cover is you've got the Dudleys there, and it's like you can't have the Hardys or Edge and Christian there, and that is sorely missing. Because what are you doing with the Dudleys in this? You can have them, you can have the Acolytes in there, but
I could have the Hardys on there.
I guess you could have the Hardys in it.
Got Abyss in the
you won't
last
have Edge
one.
and Christian in it. They what?
I had Abyss in the last one. I mean, God's sake.
Well, true. Oh, do we think we're going to get any TNA surprises in the Rumble this year?
TNA, probably triple A. Probably have Lizard Boy in there.
Yeah, Mr. Iguana. Oh, will they have Vikingo in there?
Oh, with great Americano.
He was
I
pissed.
watch my neck for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Let's see if there's any further updates on here.
Haven't seen any.
Okay, so let's do some more random Rumble predictions. Who do we think is going to get number one? And they've announced it's Bron Breakker, idiots. But who do we think will be number two then? Or one or two? We can predict for either.
Damian Priest going by SmackDown.
Oh, really? What happened?
Apparently, he drew a really crappy number with a segment with R-Truth and Nick Aldis, because R-Truth was going on about his balls again. Yeah.
Okay.
We didn't talk about this. But we didn't. We do a best and worst of like the last year, did we? I'm gonna say one of my lowlights of last year was how they handled the whole R-Truth debacle.
Yeah.
Bringing him back as Ron Killings. I'm driving now. I thought, my God, this is going to be really interesting. And then a few weeks later, John Cena's a good guy again, so he can go back to being a goofy character again.
You know, what was so crazy about that is they did his angle with Cena, and people were like, "Oh my God, is R-Truth going to beat Cena for the world title?" There was actually some could this actually happen? And then a week later, he was fired, and. Now, I'm not saying that when you see the clips from WWE Unreal, it might have been about, they couldn't settle on numbers or whatever. So it may not be that they didn't want him there because they literally just had him wrestle Cena. But you bring this guy back and it's like, is it a surprise in a sense that they didn't have a plan for him? But also in that same vein, they now changed his gimmick and you've made him really serious, which wasn't what got him over.
Right.
Like as good as WWE was a couple of years ago, 2025, they did almost everything wrong. Yeah, it doesn't mean everything was bad, but they went the wrong direction with almost every storyline and character that they could.
Yeah, they did.
I say they didn't have a plan. They didn't have a plan for Cena. That was all done. That was done as a shock tactic.
Yeah,
they had no follow up.
And I think that's just the TKO way. Just let's make surprise money, and it's just shocking money. We got to go for shock value, and it's not long term planning. It's just shock value, just to sell tickets, merchandise. That's all they're about.
When we consider that shift when Triple H took over the booking, everyone was like, "Oh, this is actually taking a really long time to play out, and it would play out the way people predicted it would do." It was quite refreshing at the time.
Yeah.
And now everything's like shock value. Everything's like a mess here, and this whole thing. Yeah. Get me back to when he started doing it again. Back to those days, because that was when it was actually getting better.
It was.
When you look at last year, and they had the birth of the Vision, and they have Seth aligning with Paul Heyman, it's like, wow, that was a shock that we could kind of see coming in a sense. But it was like, it was a shock, and it was just like. But Heyman was good with Punk. Heyman was good with Roman. And now you put him somewhere where it doesn't make sense. And guess what? It didn't work out.
Yeah.
And now you've got the Vision for what it is the WWE equivalent of the Blackpool Combat Club after Regal left AEW.
Yeah.
It's so it's a group where the logic behind who they are, the visionaries, it's like it doesn't make sense anymore. And Logan Paul got dumped in there, and he's still in there. even though his association was that, oh, they beat me up, so I'm just going to hang around them. So they've neutered him. They've brought in Austin Theory. And look, I said, well, maybe they've got a push planned, but realistically, he is definitely behind in queue, behind both Logan Paul and Bron Breakker. And Breakker is clearly the one that they want to go with.
I think it's behind Bronson Reed.
Oh shit! I even forgot he existed.
Yeah,
Right.
it's just like I thought he was going to come out of his shell with all this, and it's just like he's gone back further.
Well, look, Bronson Reed. Look, they gave him Roman, and it was about shoes. And even 2 months later, they're still saying, "Oh, he's the tribal thief." It's like, so you've got a gimmick which is derivative of Roman's nickname, and it was about stealing shoes. These are shitty storylines, like when there was the hair shampoo commercial being like the reason for a match at WrestleMania and crap like this. Like, is Vince booking this? There's genuinely a question. Vince may be booking some of this.
He might be.
Well, very possible. I mean, the thing I like about so like I said though, I think that Saturday night's main event was, I think, I said it before on the show about catching lightning in a bottle and all that sort of stuff. For whatever reason, everything on that show worked, and the main thing on that show was that there were very few backstage angles or storylines coming from the thing. Everything was played out in front of the crowd. You had the Cody Jacob match, which wasn't a match. I kind of predicted a no contest in that one, but it was a big brawl, some really fun moments in there. There was like the guys. It was one of those ones where it was quite blatantly set up. But it didn't look quite as hokey as it can sometimes do. The guy who just sort of just tried to reason with Fatu and just sort of ended up just being enveloped in the Uranagi through the table. And so it was just like, it just sort of came out of nowhere. It was like Jacob's not even looking at him. It's just like a guy in the way, just throws him through the table in the merch section. The bit that you mentioned in the chat, Dave, where they were on the barricade. They throws one guy off, throws another guy off, and they both throw the other guy off onto everybody else.
That was great.
When Drew attacks. And it was so well done. Yeah. The tag title match, the women's tag titles, was really good. I've always said Shin and Styles was really good as well. And the main event was good too. So it's just one of those lightning in a bottle moments. Like I say, it was in front of a really hot crowd and things like that. So if they just try to concentrate on doing things that make more sense within the actual wrestling, the actual in-ring side of things, and try to make some kind of explanation and just keep it simple. KISS, keep it simple, stupid. It's not actually that difficult to keep things simple, it's the whole thing with Drew and Cody and Jacob is all based on like who attacked Jacob. Jacob thinks it was Drew. He also might, in inkling, it might have been Cody. Cody's not saying it wasn't him. Drew said it wasn't him. What if it wasn't him at all? What if it was Randy Orton? That sort of thing, or something like that. It's one of those sort of mystery things that can play out. But as long as we get some really good stuff in ring, I'm fine with it. And that was the other thing about last year. We're talking about the terrible year. A lot of in ring stuff in WWE last year was terrible, just boring, predictable, hokey sort of stuff. Survivor Series, one of the worst shows I've seen in recent times. The War Games matches, they were just so arbitrary.
It didn't mean anything.
Yeah, it didn't mean anything at the end of the day.
Because they had to have a War Games.
Had to have a War Games. Can't just have a Survivor Series matches or anything like that. Just it's keeping it in ring, keeping it like simple, and doing the simplest things the best way you can do as well. Bit of a sideways glance, but look at SmackDown last week, and they had the tag title match switch, whatever, with the MFTs winning. Who in the MFTs did they actually use to get that one? The two most over people in that group, in Solo and Tama. They had them win it. They didn't rely on the other three, did they? So it's simple, trying to keep things as simple as you can do, and that's the best way of doing it.
It's true. Yeah. Do you know what I missed as well? This is going to be really strange, because I got fed up with it at the time. When it leading up to the Rumble, when everyone just used to dart to the ring, and it would just be mayhem, for the going home show.
Well, do you know what? I've just seen a clip from SmackDown where they might actually have one of those moments going on right now. Let me just, I'll put it on the screen. Oh shit! Don't play. Don't.
Yeah, I can see it now actually, but Yeah, it's not happened yet. A few people have come out, but like, you know, when everyone comes in and then you start throwing people over the top rope,
Yeah.
that kind of thing, just to tease, just to sell
I
it.
think they're doing an 8-man, aren't they? It's the main.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It won't let me pause this goddamn. I'll just put it on the screen for a second. You'll see that literally.
Oh, it's ending there right now.
There we go. So she's like, oh, and here comes Cody. Right.
Here comes
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh,
just
what's
seems-
happened? What's just happened?
Bron Breakker just ended it. Just come out of nowhere and just speared Cody and
Oh, this is interesting. So I'm on Fightful on Twitter at the moment, and they've actually apparently Oba is the betting favorite for most eliminations. So
Yeah.
great minds think alike. Well, they need to make a huge statement with him. They just had him give up the NXT title for this debut, and if he just gets eliminated really quickly,
yeah, just got back to
then what on
NXT.
earth is the point?
Yeah.
So, okay, other surprises. Will Jericho be in it?
Should be.
I feel
He's
like
still on the
it's not going to happen now.
He's on the roster page still on AEW.
Ooh. Well, maybe he
But I
hasn't
always
told
wonder,
Uncle Tony.
like when that happens, like obviously, like Tony's still a fan, and he probably doesn't want to ruin it. But if I was the company owner and he hasn't signed, I'll be like, no, he's not with us anymore. But then is that then making people then tune in to the other show? So
that's big things. And so, I mean, but he does like time his signings, or like to like announce the signings quite at different weird times, though, doesn't he? So he's only just announced the dual contracts with a few of the CMLL talents to AEW just recently. And he just announced like recently Andrade like officially is actually signed this time legally and all above board now, and things like that. And of course, obviously, this week we had a little surprise debut of Tommaso Ciampa on his little.
Okay, so apparently he's wrestling Briscoe on Collision.
Yeah, that's right.
Who wins that? And who wins that? Or do they have a screwy finish?
Probably a screwy finish, I'd have thought, but
they
don't do screwy finishes very often.
But yeah, but unless Ciampa's winning, then it's just like how many people come in and lose straight away in AEW?
Be surprised.
Yeah.
I'm not 100%. I'm not. I mean, it could be that it's not even an official signing. I mean, they did do it. Obviously, they obviously made a like a good entrance thing for him, which makes me think it probably is a longer term signing. But I don't know. I don't know what you do with him in AEW, because it just seems like they've hired quite a few people just in recent weeks now as well. I mean, I just had Jake something. He got put in that tag team and he got injured unfortunately on Dynamite. He took a DDT and held onto the top rope like wrong. He just went like that and just tore his bicep completely off the body bone. So he's out. Seems that anyone who's a big guy that debuts in the Don Callis family gets injured but within the first couple of weeks.
Hang on. Let's talk about the teeth. That was so unfortunate. Do you know what? He recovered in his promo. Like it dropped. You see that he's got like some pegs, and look, everyone's got their situation. So I'm not mocking him for that. It was funny that it happened, but then he just cut the rest of his promo, obviously just like holding this thing in his mouth. That's
why trying to like strip back in.
I thought it was
gum at first. I didn't realize what it was.
Yeah, once it's on TV, that's on Botchamania forever now.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Did you hear Excalibur and Taz like ribbing him about it while he was on commentary?
Yeah.
See the clip from Botchamania. It's hilarious.
So what is that? It's like, so it isn't like properly dentures, was it? It was that. Is he just got a gap and it's something that bridges the gaps? Or
so. It's like, well, your dentures can be like any part of it. It can't be. It's like the guy that's on NXT at the moment, Shiloh Hill. He's got like this whole thing where he's got a false tooth. And his thing is that the tooth comes out and he goes crazy, and he takes the tooth out during matches. Or he did like a thing where he had Ariana Grayson like that, sort of like that clinch thing. You hold like the person down, and instead of like kiss, like going for like a kiss, which obviously in 21st century is not okay. Instead of that, he just went and pushed the tooth out. And it landed on her. And just go.
You know what, I'm
"Ah,
not gonna lie, that screams of Jesse and Festus with the bell ringing, sort of like when the
Yeah.
tooth comes out.
But it's that thing. But the whole thing's like a whole brace thing, isn't it? That comes out. So then the tooth, it's just the one tooth.
There was something I was going to actually do a little gimmick myself, because I suffer from asthma, and I was going to give like mid-match take the inhaler, and then
Yeah.
like kind of hulk up with it. But
You realise you're going to be needing it a few times more than just once.
exactly,
Straight away though, people will be like, "What's really in?" there?" You know,
exactly.
it's just for asthma. It's asthma. Let me examine it. No, you know.
Steroids.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, who else is going to be in this Royal Rumble? Are we going to get Matt Cardona? You know, will Powerhouse Hobbs be in it? Will Joe Hendry be in it?
Kit Wilson.
Sorry, go
Yeah,
ahead.
there you go.
Kit Wilson.
Yeah, probably. I think he's going to have the entrance. He's going to get
Yeah.
in the ring. He's going to get eliminated, and he's going to keep strutting back down the aisle to his theme.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it really won't do that. It might attack. I think he might attack someone during their entrance, maybe like R-Truth or something. He'll come out and attack them, knock them down. Then he'll like turn to the ring, and then his music will hit, and he'll start doing the little
Okay,
things.
yeah.
That's his thing. Isn't it? Just turn.
Toxic.
Yeah.
Down there, that'll be about probably something like that. I would hope. But they did the Hendry thing last year, so I don't think they're going to go there this year.
Are we going to get toxic chants in Saudi?
And you go, what? Sorry.
Toxic masculinity. I can't even speak.
Toxic masculinity in Saudi.
That's the one.
That might be a dodgy.
I'll get it or
combination.
not. I don't know, but
The situation, yeah. I don't know. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see a lot of things how they'll play out on this show.
obviously there's people showing up on the SmackDown tonight, so they just had I'm assuming Ilya Dragunov and the Miz will be in there because they just had a match. So
Yeah.
Assuming they'll be in the Rumble in some form or fashion. Miz is probably adding to he's probably one of the top most entered into Rumble events ever, isn't he? I would have thought.
Then again, now you say that as well. New Day, because Kofi's,
I don't know.
yeah,
I don't know. That's another one. They completely dropped the ball on New Day last year.
big time.
So I don't know if there's room for them this year.
Yeah.
Oh, they've got. Well, no, they don't do Kofi's.
They don't need to do Kofi's one. They've got Javon Evans now. He can do it.
Yeah,
He can do
that's
it,
true. Yeah.
Oh, that's.
He's never
I
gonna bounce again.
I think Kofi, before not that he's showing any signs of retiring, but I think he needs to do it. He needs to attempt at least one more daring escape.
Yeah, but he did. What happened last time? It completely
It went wrong 2 years in a row, and I think
Yeah.
after that he was like, "I'm done with this."
I can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
I don't think of anything new and things like that. It was when they did that rolling thing with Xavier, and it was like, not sure.
I can't remember that. Right, guys. Just because I need to wrap things up because I'm cramming all of the shows in tonight. So I'm going to Geek Battle. So let's find out where we can find ourselves on social media. But if you have a definite winner of the men or women's Royal Rumble that you want to say now, go for it. But Dave, where can the people find you?
Find me at David Jervis Green on Blue Sky, Instagram, on Facebook. I'm shutting down my Twitter this weekend, so no more on there because fuck Elon Musk. And Women's Rumble, Liv Morgan. Men's Rumble, Jacob Fetty.
Okay, Gav.
You can find me on YouTube on the best family adventures. And my winners are, I'm going to stick to, not that I think they're going to win. I'm going to stick with Oba for the men's, and I was going to say Bianca, but I'm not too sure now. I'm not too sure.
Okay.
But,
and my name's David Postanski. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, X, etc. at David Postanski, and apparently Geek Battle because I didn't update that. But with this, I'm going to say my winners are going to be. I'm going to go with Rhea. I think Rhea's. They're just going to push it for big star power at WrestleMania, and I think for the men's, I don't know. I'm going to say Bron Breakker as an outsider. Bron Breakker, because it feels like if they don't do it soon, it's just not going to happen. Right. So with that, until next time, smash that subscribe button and all that good stuff. And boom, we are off the air.
Adios.